get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line and do it all before I die. I wanna get it on tonight. I wanna get you one more time. I really wanna cross the line. I wanna get you one more time, one more time, one more time, one more time. I want it one more time.
Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Using my actual camera today, so hopefully you can see what I'm going to do nice and clear. The reason you're looking at this area of the car is because I'm going to be taking this area of the car apart with my trusty trim tool. This is a 2019 Volkswagen Golf R MK7.5, but this will also work for the MK7. You just have to get your trim tool and put it in the gap and slowly work your way around. Then it just pops off. So these, most Volkswagens are just held together with some pop clips. So you can see there's some little pop clips all the way around the side. You pop them off and it comes off, and then you can see this area of the car. The reason you need this area of the car apart is because it helps to push this out with this off. Also, you need to have this open to get this light switch bracket trim out. So then to get this part out, what I liked to do was use the nice thin part of the tool to go in the panel gap, and slowly, but top tip for doing this, be very gentle because you don't want to break any of the clips, and just slowly pry it forwards. And every time you do it, the gap will get slightly bigger. So there you go, it will eventually come free. So once you've got it popped off, you can kind of feel like there's a ridge. It will then start to get a bit easier. You can use the other side of the trim tool. I've bought a multi-pack of these off Amazon. I can link them below. Really useful for this kind of job. Very careful not to do any lasting damage to it. So one thing I would just say is take your time. There's no rush to get it out. To get any of this out, it's a little bit awkward to do on camera as well. And once it's out one side, and just start pulling at it a little bit, but obviously be quite gentle. But at the same time, you have to use a little bit of force, otherwise you won't get the clips undone. So there's just a clip up here in the top corner, and I'll show you all the clips once it's out, so you can have a proper look. There we go. Let's come in the top corner. There we go. You notice this piece will just come off as well, like this. You can take this out. I did that for wrapping purposes. With mine being wrapped already, you can see the edges here. The edge is starting to fray a little bit. That's just because I've just taken it out again. And for you, it won't do that. I can fix that with a bit of heat. Yeah, so there's that one out. The vent surround out and this panel off. I'm going to show you how to get the digital dash off and this one off. And so you need to get your light switch and then make sure it's in the off position. Push in and turn it to the first stop, and then the whole unit will slide out. And then you want to get your hands in, and there's a little tab. See if you can see it. There's a little tab just here. You want to push that in and wriggle the red plug out. Then you have your light switch rather. You have this out. So put that somewhere safe, don't damage it because it's probably very expensive. You're then going to need I think this is a T20 Allen key kind of thing. I've forgotten the actual name for it, but you need one of these. There's a bolt here. They're not particularly tight. So there's one here on the side. Just want to undo that. And then there's one just at the back down here. So once you've undone those two, you want to kind of put your hand in. I'm not going to remove mine because I've wrapped it, and if I take it out it will pull all of the wrap off, and it's in good finish, so I don't want to destroy it. All you have to do is then once you've got the screws out, put your hand in, feel like there's like a half moon kind of shape where the plug sits, put your fingers behind there and just gently start pulling it, and it will come out. Vent surround is off. That's because I'm going to take the digital driving display, the surround for that, off. It's quite simple. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. This is the tutorial on how to take off the digital dash surround. As you can see, I've wrapped mine in carbon fibre wrap. It's not the best job in the world. The only reason I did it is because I don't really like the gloss black. It gets very fingerprinty and looks a bit tacky, so hence why I've done this. I'm not sure how long this is going to stay on for. At least you got the information, so you can take this off if you want to do something similar, or just change the colour of it. It might be nice if it was colour coded to the car. Satin silver, satin black, gloss black isn't my favourite though. So I'm going to show you how to take it out. First thing you got to do is move your steering wheel down and out the way. The reason for that is because you have to take this, there's a plastic piece underneath the display which is the same kind of material as the rest of the dash. This bit's quite simple to get out. It's held in by 4 clips, so there's a clip or 2 clips on either side of the steering wheel. So quite simple, just have to do this. And you'll notice for mine, once I've already had it out once, it's loosened up a bit, so it comes out nice and easily. You do need to remove the actual plastic piece from here. They're 2 separate pieces. You can't get this bit completely out if it's still connected to this bottom piece, so you do need to pull it off. Again, that's just held in by some clips, so if you give it a little bit of a pull, don't be too brutal with it, be quite progressive with how you're pulling it, but if you're gentle and don't just like yank at it, it'll be fine. Again, so then you want to do the same for the other side, and there you go. Once this bit's unclipped, you'll see it's comes free, and just rest it down out the way. So you can just start pulling at the sides, clicked in all the way around. You'll notice that the display will stay put. It's literally just the plastic surround that you're unclipping. Like I said, mine's relatively simple to take out, like so. You can see just around here that the construction of this piece is plastic welded, so it won't come apart. You could melt the tabs and take it all apart to wrap it, but as you can see, you don't particularly need to. It's simple enough just to do yourself. This is a good time to give it a good clean, and you can see quite easily that there's a display and everything over there will just stay over there. To fit it back in, it's the same process, just do it in reverse. Now this part here, the radio fascia, was the worst vehicle trim I've ever taken out. It's horrible to get out, but it does come out, and you don't really need to take the vents completely out to do it. They can just be loose. So once you've kind of got the radio fascia wrapped, it's the same process to pull it off. As with all things, it is clipped in, so you want to take off the bottom piece. I've wrapped mine again, so I can't really show you because it's not here. Open this, and you can get your finger underneath it and pull it forwards, pop it forwards, and then you'll see it unclip from here and here, and then there's a couple of clips on the top just along this ridge here, and then that's kind of done. That one comes off really easy. You don't really need much force. Same for this. So if you want to undo this, it's just quite simply pull it with a bit of force and it comes out. With DSG you've got to put it into neutral or drive, so put it into neutral and then it will come out, and then to put it back in, it's push it back down. Perfect, done. I'm not going to wrap this bit because I think it's going to look a bit tacky if it's all shit carbon fibre wrap, but I just want to see what it looks like. I'm somewhat intrigued, so that's why I've done this. I feel like the gloss black was a bit disgusting when it gets dusty and fingerprinted. The less of that the better. One thing I should mention with this is that you can't just put it back straight in. What you've got to do is there's a little tab up there, but make sure that's in, and then to get it out you also want to remove the hazard light switch. That will just pull out. You might want to get a trim tool and pop it up. You can do it with one of these and just like pop it out, but I'm not going to show you because mine's back where it needs to be. Be very careful when you're doing this. There are clips on the top. Don't know if you can see them anymore. I've pushed them back in, but there are some off the bottom here. You'll notice that I've flung off. They've been eaten by the dash and I don't know where they've gone. And I'm not pulling it apart just to find 2 clips because there's so many clips holding this together, it's not going to make a difference. But if you're on a Mark 7.5 Golf R like me, probably the same for most of Volkswagens, probably have the same kind of thing. You'll notice that on here, these little things are rubber domes. All around the outside there's these little rubber domes. As you can see, there's like a little indent. So that indent is for these little rubber tips. And they simply just slot on, and they are to stop the dash from rattling too much. Okay, so once you've got this, you have to get the silver bit of trim which goes in it, and that will just clip into the factory clips on here. So I'm going to go put that in. That's quite simple, just slots straight in. Back in action, we have got the silver trim in. As you can see, it just clips in over the brackets, and then it looks much better with it in. Kind of hides some of the not so perfect edges. Next thing you need to do is you need to clip it back into this top ridge. So this is, when you're taking it out, this is the hardest ridge you can do. Start at one corner, I started at this corner. Once this bit's all up, to get this top edge, you'll start there and work your way in. You'll notice I've got the digital dash surround out as well. You kind of need to take, you don't need to take it out, but it's much easier if you do. So I'm just going to reinstall this really quick and go back to you. I kind of can't do it holding the camera, I need 2 hands. Alright guys, that bit's simple enough. All I did was literally clip in the top bit first and work your way down. And then if you've wrapped it, you can go around the edge with a trim tool and just tuck the edges in. You can get nice crisp lines with it. It doesn't look too shabby if you ask me. I'm going to get some beauty shots of it when it's all put together. Next one to put in is this one. This one's really easy. Literally just go underneath the DSG, select it, and there you go. Push it in. Just a couple of clips. All in all, I'm quite happy with how it's turned out. I should probably do this bit as well so it matches, but I'm just going to leave it for now, see how I get on. The good thing about doing this wrap is if you don't like it, you can just stop peeling it off. You don't even have to take it apart to take it off. It's just a sticker over the top, so you can just pull it off if you don't like it. Okay, thanks for watching that video. If you could like and subscribe, I'm going to be making loads more content on the Golf R behind me. That was a quick video on how to take apart the interior so you can wrap it, spray it, whatever you want to do. I decided to wrap mine in carbon fibre. Maybe not to everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's better. I'm probably going to buy some actual carbon fibre pieces in the future. Just wanted to see what it looked like and I think it turned out alright. Nice little DIY project, so yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. A bit of a longer one for me, but it's the first one I've actually properly shot with my camera. So this is kind of the quality I want to get to with the videos in the future. So if you could like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram, I'll put the handle here as per usual. And yeah, catch you in the next one.